What up on this Tuesday, the 9th of September for our podcast, Second Cup of Sunrise. I'm Brennan, he's James, and we are both fans of 9-9. Things like this show up in the calendar.
9-9. Yes, the calendar, yeah. Yeah, it's a great day to be born.
It is.
Sure.
Sure.
11th birthday shout out this morning on our show. It was fun.
Yeah.
And 9-9. It's other people remember well too, so that's kind of nice.
Yeah, you got that. I like the sweater you have going on.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's the first time, not just the shirt on this podcast.
Is that true?
I've had the vest several times. I'll wear all that. But yeah.
Every once in a while, I'll just bust out the cardigan.
You got that? The sweater, the tie looking fall, mine
vibes.
as well.
Yes.
The vibes on that.
Yeah, 40s this morning. Whew,
We're getting to that season. I actually thought about you the other day.
Oh boy.
I went out for a run, just passing through the neighborhood,
Okay.
and I look in people's yards, mainly because I'm worried about a dog. I live in invisible fence heaven.
Oh really?
The dogs are always out.
Everybody's got one.
Yes, and I know the houses whenever I pass by, they'll go sprinting out. Heart rate jumps up. I'll shriek in the neighborhood, think it's it, and then it stops. And I'm like, I think there should be some rule. And a lot of people have the little signs that say invisible fence, but it's like tucked away on a tree or on the backside of a mailbox or something.
Yeah.
I think if you have one, there should be a giant flashing billboard in the front yard that says invisible fence. Don't panic. You can walk with your children going by here too.
And you never know. Maybe it's just that one time that dog breaks through that fence.
I'm convinced, it's not going to stop them at least once. Something will go through.
You've heard stories.
I know. I worry about it.
I know. That is nerve-wracking.
All the time. That's my long way around of being on my soapbox saying, invisible fence, okay, always a leash elsewhere. So anyway, I was out for a run, looked in my neighbor's yard, and saw his tomato plants still out there.
There you go.
I've never been into gardening, don't have a green thumb, do anything like that. You have. People know when you start growing tomatoes, they come by the tons, and you have to give them away.
Going bonkers.
What's the gardening update for you here?
Yeah, so a few weeks ago, I picked what I thought was my last few cucumbers, and I was like, okay, my cucumbers got to be done. We're waiting on my tomatoes.
Look at these things.
They're monstrous. I had to put my hand there to compare because I neglected them. I didn't look at the plant for like 2 weeks because I thought it was done. Apparently, it was still flowering. Apparently, it was still producing massive cucumbers. So now I have these. They're like heavy. They're like a pound each.
Yeah, no kidding. You want to put some on a salad? You're like 2 slices max.
Yes.
Just on the side, but like for decoration.
Right. They're just gigundo. And then you look at the little tiny cherries that I got. Yeah. It's like nothing.
Those are regular sized tomatoes on top. They're just really large cucumbers.
Can you imagine?
How many do you have of the cukes?
That's it. Those are the ones that I harvested. Ideally, I see a couple more that are trying to make it happen, but those are like full strength there. So I will cut those up and
just full screen that. Wow.
They are huge. I know. That's too big. They're too big. So I'll cut them up and I'll pickle them probably. This is what I'll do. So
you got a big enough jar? You got to use like a paint can for that.
The full 4-cup mason jars. I can just fit them in, and I do have to cut a little bit off the top and a little off the bottom.
How are these things even still hanging on? They got to weigh like 10 pounds.
They are
each.
heavy, yeah. Well, I have like a lattice that they're hanging on. So they're hanging on lattice. But they're monsters. In regards to the tomatoes, I have a bunch of different kinds. Those are the grape tomatoes. I also have like some of the larger ones. Some, I don't know, like they're beefsteak tomatoes. Kind of one down. Tomatoes on the vine, I guess you'd call them. So they're one down from that. And they're finally starting to just turn red. So I have like probably 30 tomatoes, like large tomatoes in the works, like almost ready to go. And they're all going to hit probably next week. And I'm going to have way too many tomatoes. So they've just been slow. I've posted that on Facebook. A lot of other people kind of saying the same thing. I was a little bit late in planting, but not that late. So they're slow. A lot of other people saying that their tomatoes are slow as well. But I'm glad to see no overnights in the 30s or anything like that.
Right.
So growing season is still going. Still got a couple more weeks. And I'm thinking the tomatoes are going to be ready to rock hopefully next couple weeks.
And those are going to be big pickles. Now,
They'll be big pickles. I slice them thin. I can tell you how to make them if you want. Real quick.
Sure. Go ahead.
4 cups vinegar, 4 cups water, salt, sugar, dill, black peppercorn. Boil it. Pour it in the pot. Pour it into the mason jar full of sliced pickle. So I'll slice these. I'll scoop out the seeds, and I slice them real thin because they're so big.
So you get like one per burger to put that on.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And then put them in the fridge for 2 days, and then they're good for 2 months. That's not pickling them. They're not like shelf ready. That's you keep them in the fridge, and they're good for a month. So there you go.
Now, do you keep these in the family, or are you one of those people who puts them in a bag and just drops them on a neighbor's porch?
I gave my neighbor a jar last week, actually, because I had so many.
I've got some great neighbors who do grow, and it'll be just a surprise. We'll come home, and there's just a plastic bag on the front porch.
Oh, nice.
With 50 pieces of produce. And I'm like so thankful for it because it is different. It tastes different coming out of the backyard,
local.
front yard, garden. But I also know these people are trying to get rid of it because there's just so much.
Yeah. Right.
I went over to...
we're nice, but we're not that nice.
Yeah. Went to my mother-in-law's house, and I was walking up past the steps, and I did a double take, and I looked down.
Yeah.
I was like, those are eggplants. Huge. Massive.
Eggplants.
Bigger than these cucumbers.
Wow.
That's had cool. Those, yes, just huge purple bulbs just hanging there. I'm not an eggplant guy. Never. Okay. Not
really.
Parmesan, not a sandwich, not... I just can't do it. I think it's the texture.
It's a weird texture. You got to get over it. I've grown one eggplant in my life. They're not that easy, but when you do, they can make it happen.
I feel like she grew them, Jackie, just by accident, and they just popped up. She's always working on things because they just popped up right next to the path, like not in a garden or whatever. And she takes care of her flowers and stuff, but they showed up, and there's a lot of times they'll invite me and they're like, hey, we're having eggplant so-and-so. And
they're
I'm like,
good. They're good for you, though.
I don't. I just can't.
What about Steph? Does she like them?
Yeah, she'll have them.
Okay.
Yeah. The
Lauren
girls,
like them.
I don't think they have just yet. Lauren doesn't.
No. The skin, the skin is really contrasting too. So if you don't peel the skin, it's like totally different.
Iran's husband was awesome. He came in recently for her birthday, and he brought in some sweets for her birthday.
Yes.
And also some eggplant sandwiches that had been on the grill. And I saw those. I walked up. I thought it was like a burger at first, and I saw it, and I was like,
yeah.
Nice gesture, much appreciated.
They were delicious.
Let me go
if
hand
you
it to
liked
someone else.
Eggplant.
Yes,
I don't think a lot of people ate them because I think more people. We should do the What's Up Rock eggplant. Yes or no?
We should,
because I think that's an interesting one. It's a love hate. I love eggplant. I would do it all the time, but I think a lot of people not huge fans.
I don't think there's like a middle ground with it. It's
right.
I don't think people are like, occasionally. No, it's like, do it. No, I don't.
Parm is like, you cover it in flour, breading.
I know.
And then you dump sauce and cheese on it. I mean, it's barely an eggplant at that point.
I know. And then it's healthier, and you cut it open. And I've had that before where maybe I'll grab the one at some event I'm emceeing or something, think it's the chicken, and a bite in. I'm just like, that texture is a little off. Yeah. It's not raw, chewy chicken or it gets salmonella.
Right.
But
oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Feels a little off. But man, those cucumbers just...
I know. Monstrous.
One more time. I mean, it's huge.
I'll pickle them up. Yeah, they'll be good in the fridge for a week, and then I'll pickle them up. So I'll let you know how the tomatoes come out.
We'll get the update on that. Nice, fun little story time there. It is Tuesday. Everyone did Overaction Monday for the NFL season. People still talking about everything that happened with the Bills. And this is so funny. It's hard to not like the Bills, even if you're someone who the Dolphins, Patriots, Chiefs, Ravens, whoever it may be, Josh Allen, everything he does. And then just how the guys have reacted to Matt Prater coming in, who was coaching high school football last week until Thursday when he gets on the
football team, something like that.
He hops a red eye, gets to the team on Friday, starts practicing with them. And he tells everyone, and Josh Allen, you'll hear from him in a second, about, guys, I'm here. Do whatever you want. Yeah. But for a lot of these players, before that moment, and one of the best games that fans will ever see in person or on TV, if you love the Bills or football in general.
The ball.
Oh, a lot of people say it looks like a dad holding a trophy next to a son after a game because he's 41, scored the 41 point. But some of the guys in the locker room, when Prater showed up last week, they thought he might be walking around with a clipboard.
Yeah. I'm not going to take a shot at his age, but he walks into the special teams meeting, and I'm like, oh, we got a new coach. And then I'm like, yeah, that's Matt Prater. Holy cow, this guy's been like balling in the league.
First time I seen him, I was like, is that a coach? And he comes out here, man, and he's a great dude. Comes out here, kicks a game-winning field goal. He's special, and I'm just happy to have him here with us.
The oldest guy in the world, ain't he? I'm thankful for him. I'm glad that somebody could come in on Thursday and help us big.
Today, before the game, he comes up to me, in the locker room. Before he even take the field, he just said, hey, I promise you I'm going to give you everything I got tonight. It's a guy that's been around the league for a long time, and I'm just thankful he's here for us.
Has been everywhere. Came in and had that incredible moment at the end of the game. A kick almost blocked, but it went through. Little chip shot for him. That's fun, these guys. And he's here because Tyler Bass is on IR now, so he'll be the kicker for a couple of weeks. We'll see how that job shakes out, depending on how the first half of the season goes. But kickers, what's that saying? They're like lawyers. You don't need one till you do. You need a very good one.
Yes. So I know Matt Prater from his Broncos days.
Yes.
So Prater was on the Broncos for like when I was starting to like the Broncos. So it was 2007 to 2013. They win the Super Bowl the following year with McManus, so they got rid of him. But he had, I don't know if he still holds it, but he had a 64-yarder in 2013 for the record that has stood for a very long time.
Was that in Denver?
It was in Denver.
Mile High.
Lighter, yeah, sure, right. Higher elevation, Mile High Stadium. So that was the record. I could talk about that for a second.
Go ahead. I'm looking up the record kicks.
Yeah. So Prater had the record of 63 and a half officially. I think you just could round up to 64 with Denver in 2013.
So the AI algorithm, pulled it up from Google real quick, so we'll take it. So he's got the most career field goals, 50 plus.
Okay.
81 of those as of currently.
Yeah.
And the league record for the longest ever at 64.
There you go.
That was the Broncos one.
There you go. I'll remember that one for a long time.
He's 83% and has 3 career kicks of 60 plus.
Yeah, and I don't know. Teams just get rid of players, especially with kickers. So he left the Broncos. He was with the Lions for many years. He was with the Lions for 7 years.
Here it is. Yeah,
Denver for 7, Detroit for 7, Arizona, and then probably I'm imagining he was still kicking the ball and just here and there, and then gets a call from the Bills. So I don't know. Kickers are funny.
Yeah.
They're like OCs. It's like if they do well and then they get sour, even if it's still a good coach, you just kind of move along. Andy Reid. Great for the Philadelphia. I always use him as an example. Guy on the Eagles forever, did well with the Eagles, brought him to many NFC Championship games, but just kind of went sour with the city.
Time just kind of runs out.
Changes,
Yeah.
so you change teams. Prater, still a great kicker, was great for all of these teams, and now done great things for the Bills. It's just so funny how that works with different players.
Prater hit a 62-yarder 2 seasons ago. He did that 5 seasons ago. And I'm just looking at some of his longest right through that column. It's 59, 59, 64, 59. It's good.
It's not bad.
Getting older. He's been the last 2 seasons, he's perfect on 9 kicks.
Not bad. That's really good. But there was that one guy in the preseason that hit like a 71-yarder on the Jaguars, I want to say.
That was, I think that's when they throw him out there.
Yeah. So that's interesting. I'm honestly surprised that that's still hold. That's over 10 years that number has still held. I think it's been tied a couple of times or really close. So I'm thinking records are meant to be broken. I'm excited to see it broken because I think hitting a 70-yard field goal is just crazy.
Yeah, it's whenever they go to the camera shot up from the broadcast booth from the top and they just zoom out and you see guys, we're past 50% of the field.
Right.
And you see how far they are.
And when you're at a game, that's when you really are like, that guy can kick a ball.
They're the first ones on the field. If you ever get to the stadium early, like 2 hours before, you'll see them go out and kick. And they're the first ones.
It's
them
very
and the punters.
cool.
It's cool. Yeah.
That and the deep ball, I think, if you've never been to an NFL game, those are the 2 things where you're like, these people are athletes.
Yeah.
The deep ball, that's a perfect catch, and then those monster kicks that the field goal guys do.
Oh, man. I was graduating high school when Matt Prater came into the NFL. It's 41. Yeah. It's just like Joe Flacco, who was sitting on his couch being a dad last year, whenever, then came out, played for the Browns, and then Matt Prater, he'll get back to his youth football coaching in a little bit. If you watch us on our noon show, I've got a story about that we're coming. So we hear from his one of the other guys on the coaching staff, or one of the parents. So we'll have that coming your way. It's cool. Nice. Today, we wanted to have a little bit of fun because it is a big day. So the next 10 days, Fringe is taking over all of downtown. It's 600 performances this year, more than 30 different venues. We wanted to go through just some of the shows, and what I'm going to do is just kind of like a roulette wheel where I'm just going to scroll on the mouse once we get past the first one. So this first one is coming up. A lot of these at School of the Arts. One of the venue, Oz. It's a Wizard of Oz parody magic show. Good for the whole family. This guy, Jordan Rooks from Vegas, is his new take on a classic tale. So it's going to be a magician who goes to Oz and tries to persuade all the wicked witches, people of Oz, that he's a true wizard. He sold out the Edmonton Fringe Festivals last year, and now coming here. That's interesting.
Sweet. I think magic is a big theme of Fringe. There's a lot of stuff with magic.
He's on the Wicked. Just ride that wave of everything going on.
With Wicked,
Anthony Prezzuti, if I get that. Yeah, comedy mentalist. So gaining recognition in the entertainment world as a rising star. So it's adult-themed comedy. He'll be at the center stage at JCC. Also some family-friendly shows. So yeah, you ever been to a mentalist show or any interaction with these people?
No, but I
sit in the same room and they're just incredible.
I saw a guy Joe Rogan talk to once, and then apparently he found Joe Rogan's or came up with Rogan's pin code for his
card or whatever
bank account.
Oh, his bank. Oh my gosh.
It went viral of this guy who he's a mentalist, right? So he was looking at Rogan's face, and based on his facial structures, he picked and he wrote it on a board and showed it to him, and the kid didn't show the camera, so it's not like everybody knew, but Rogan was like, "Yeah, that's my actual pin."
And he was like 6873.
Yeah,
got it.
Wow. Random, crazy.
Man, okay,
mentalists are
more than
else.
Picking out the cards or whatever in a room.
Weird, yeah.
Got Bar Joke Tales. This is an hour. It'll be at Salinas over there in Village Gate.
Oh, nice.
The Frog on Your Head trilogy. It's a Rochester prodigal son, Martin Giles returning for a second year. So it's more tales from classic bar jokes set in a bar setting. Probably got a lot of stories there to tell.
That's cool.
For everybody. That's kind of fun. Barry Potter and the Magic of Wizardry, a 21-time Fringe Festival Award winner.
Oh, here we go.
Tim Motley. So it's a world-class world of wizardry in a realm of messenger owls, all the wizards, talking snakes. Witness feats of sorcery as grown-up wizard delves into an untold story with jokes. This is for 7 and up. Huh. How about that?
That's pretty neat.
Harry Potter.
Shout out to the organizers of this event. I mean, just looking at these, Eric, we're on B. There's 13 pages of these.
I know. I went to
A
number
through Z.
2.
This is just bonkers. It's incredible how many shows they do and coordinating all of the shows. Look at all these pages.
I know, and this is just going on, and they're so random. And some of these are people we just run into at Wegmans or Tops. Other people are from the Cirque du whatever show is doing these pro performers who go around and play in Vegas at different casinos.
Go back up to that hot tub one. What did that say? 2 roadies, 1 hot tub, and 0. Scroll up.
Oh, here we go.
And 0 shape.
Bushwhacked, hot and sweaty. Wow. Chuck and Roger taking a hilariously unexpected break right in the middle of the Fringe. Interactive comedy show. You can throw jokes, trade barbs, and riff with the duo.
Oh my gosh. That's so crazy.
They got another one.
Wow.
That's wild. So it's all over there on their website. Yeah. We had Iran live during our Sunrise show.
Yeah, that's what
5 different times. The organizers were great. Of course, they're promoting this, kicking off tonight for the next 10 days. And then Iran gave us a tease at one point. So we're going to hear from some guys who are doing something that's never been done at Fringe.
Right.
And so we tossed out to her, I have no idea. Yeah. I help, communicate with these people on this show. I'm anchoring the show.
You don't know what she's cooking up.
I'm like, Aram, what do you have? And she's at a gym over in the soda area and starts interviewing this guy. And they're going to do wrestling. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. And we turn the camera, and this guy has on a leather jacket, no shirt underneath, just wrestling tights.
Bare bottoms.
Another guy, bare top, just wrestling tights. He takes it off. Everyone's tatted up, and there's a ref in the middle.
Yeah.
And they're like, we've got pro wrestling. Here we go. And they start going at it, suplex, pile driver going at it, and Iran's just doing this interview with a guy, and he brings up the point right from the beginning. He's like, it should be a Fringe. It is an art form, and we're going to have some entertainment.
100%.
And that was fun.
They did a little choke slam. It was pretty legit.
I know. You go from these bushwhack people, the comedians, where you can take jabs at them, to the music, the silent disco, different things, and then Chelsea Handler, like the comedic headliner.
It's amazing. It is very fringe. You know, they will take everybody and anybody that wants to perform.
It is. We've got a guide for you, RochesterFirst.com. We're going to be back with more on the podcast. Second Cup of Sunrise, 20 after the hour. If you're watching us live here this Tuesday. Say something as we're doing this pod.
Talk to me.
And put up this camera. People may have noticed who've been watching past couple of days these mics, which are very expensive.
Yes.
And they're very large. We thought when we were doing the show that,
very nice.
You know, sitting kind of back, we can hear ourselves just fine in the mic like this, but we were told from people who were watching, as well as staff here, the mics need to be closer.
Yeah.
So that's why
on top of our faces.
thing is right here.
It's in our face. Yeah.
I have that. And
normally it's a lav that we have when we're on TV and we're talking weather and news. It's we put it right on the tie there. You do lapel, right?
No, a jacket.
Oh, jacket. That's what I meant.
I thought it was a rule here. So whenever you're watching at home, whether it's us, maybe you're on cable news, or maybe it's, you know, you're watching Monday Night Football or anything on Sunday.
Yeah.
It's such a nerdy thing. Look at the mics on the anchors.
That's what I do.
They're holding a mic like, where is it? Mini, like, if one has it usually on a tie, all of them do. Because it's probably like, this is our standard. And a lot of times they'll have two mics on just in case one crashes. Yeah. Others, I've always put my mic on my jacket, on my left side.
Yes. And so I think it's okay for you because you're generally facing the same way and talking facing the same way. For me, I also used to do jacket, but I'm looking this way and looking this way and constantly doing this as I'm on doing weather.
You can even tell whenever you turn and start talking like
this. Yeah, and you can probably hear the sound is different. So I switched to tie to try to keep the sound more universal when I'm turning like this. So I don't think our company necessarily has a policy, and I'm sure I could probably go back to jacket. And I've also heard that it tears up your tie.
That's what I was going to ask, because depending on the clip, depending on the type of tie, like a little, it's one of those things. I forget what it's called. When the loop comes out, you can't get it back in.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's just like real inside baseball.
I know. Well, listen, this is what this podcast is for. Talk about that. Yeah. So that's what we have. We got to talk about something, because we are very quiet with our weather. I mean, this is
give me something.
This is East Coast San Diego. It's going to be chilly in the morning, no rain, 70 and sunny, nice in the afternoon. Quiet. We're watching for any storms developing as we're still in the middle of hurricane season.
Yeah, there's a little bit of action out there in the Atlantic, and we're seeing some storms potentially get going. And no one's on vacation right now. We're all working school. But there is just a kind of a coastal system that's really ramping up on the wave action. And you see a long strip of pink. That's small craft advisories, pretty much from the Gulf states all the way up to Cape Cod, pretty much including every coastland there, and that also means lots of rip currents as well. So let's talk about that, because we were kind of having that conversation before: rip current versus rip tide. So first, the rip current. It's basically a current of water that's very common on a beach on days like this, where you get choppy water, and it's a channel of churning choppy water, and you can see that in these images, kind of what it looks like when you see it. And if you get caught in it, you can get kind of sucked out to sea. I've heard the best advice is not necessarily yes to swim parallel, but the new advice over the past few years is just float and let it carry you out.
Let it go. Because once you get out far enough, yes, it's deeper water, but it's not so strong.
It's not so strong. 1, 2. Oftentimes, if there's lifeguards, they will see you. They'll see you floating.
Because you're sucked under.
They're always counting people.
We had this working in Myrtle Beach. I did not grow up right on the beach, but lived and worked on it for 5 years. And we always had rip current dangers when it storms 100 miles offshore. The other thing that it gets confused with was rip tide, which you hear a lot. And I learned that rip tide it pertains to a tide when it's high and low. So it's problems with currents where there's a jetty, an inlet, a piece of land where water's being sucked in and out. Yes.
Usually it's much more specific and really for smaller areas.
Yeah, the rip current is wave, and yes, it can be dangerous.
Right.
It's interesting to see here that what they're teaching, but yes, it was always swim parallel, or maybe it is, just be visible.
And it could be a real killer. I mean, people panic, I think, when they get caught in that and they see that they're kind of floating away. And sadly, a lot of times it's the tourists that are most at risk.
Yeah.
And I've seen, a lot of meteorologists on the Gulf, coast where you're from, down in Louisiana and the coast of Florida and things like that, where people are coming from Kansas. They're coming from Tennessee, where they don't have water all the time. They don't see it all the time. There's no beach. So this is like their first time at the beach. Sure, maybe they can swim. Maybe they're a decent swimmer, but they've never swam in stuff like this.
No.
So that's what's scary about it, is that it's not the locals. It's the people that have never been there before.
And we had call after call, day after day. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
See, we can be useful offering some words of advice on the podcast. Flew by. We'll see you on air at noon. Back on the pod tomorrow.
Get the Rochester First streaming app today for everything you love from News 8 On Demand, plus exclusive shows you won't see anywhere else. Search ROC and download for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.